You turn on your heater but it doesn't get warm? In this video, I'll show you how you can solve the problem yourself in 2 minutes without having to call a plumber and save a lot of money. In 98% of cases, there are 2 reasons that could be responsible. First, you should take a closer look at your thermostat. Now turn this to the highest setting and then loosen it at this nut back here. Grab a pair of water pump pliers and turn it to the left until you can loosen the rest by hand and remove it completely, because then you can see this little pin. This is the valve. Normally it works like this. It's always pressed inward. When you open your thermostat head up here, that is, set it to a level from 1 to 5, this pin comes out as a result. The higher you set it, the further it comes out. This opens the heating circuit, allowing hot water to flow into the radiator and making it warm. If this pin is now stuck, which can often happen if the heater hasn't been used for a long time, for example over the entire summer, then you just need to get it moving again. There are 2 options for this. Grab a slightly larger object such as a hammer. You should now use this to press against the valve. Under no circumstances should you try to pull it out so you don't damage it. If it still won't move even with the hammer, you can use a little bit of WD-40, spray it on here, wait a few minutes and then try again. In most cases, this will allow you to get the valve working again. Now you just need to screw the thermostat back on in the opposite direction. If, despite taking this measure, it still does not work as expected and the radiator remains cold, it may be necessary to bleed it in order to resolve the issue. To do this, the very first step is to set the radiator to level 5 and then turn off your circulation pump or the entire heating system so that the heating water completely stops circulating. The air will now collect at the top of your radiator. As a result, it stays cold, especially in the upper areas. But if there is a lot of air in the radiator, the entire radiator can remain cold. Once you have completely turned off the circulation pump or the heating system, you should wait for about half an hour. Then, go to the other side of the radiator with a suitable container, such as a cup, to the valve where we can carefully release the trapped air. Because here you now need to use a special key or, for example, a screwdriver to simply open this valve, and then a lot of air will come out of the small hole at the bottom until eventually water starts to come out. As soon as water comes out here, you can close it again, because now you have removed all the air from your radiator. Now, make sure you don't forget to turn your circulation pump or the main heating back on, and then you should have a warm radiator again. Now you absolutely need to make sure that there is enough water in your heating circuit, meaning the pressure is high enough. You can check this on the manometer, which is located on the main heating unit. If the pressure is too low here, you need to add more water. I'll explain how to do that in another video, which you can now see on the screen. Click on it directly and watch it.